Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of 11th class, today we will throw light upon the kingdom systems of classification. It is in your syllabus, kingdom systems of classification, and you should know that there are two kingdom systems of classification. One is called the two kingdom system of classification, whereas the second one is called the five kingdom system of classification. Today we will study the first, that is the two kingdom system of classification. This two kingdom system of classification was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus in 1758. This two kingdom system of classification was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus in 1758. He divided the living organisms into two groups on the basis of certain characters that differentiated the two from one another. So you should remember that these the living organisms have been divided into two groups on the basis of their characters, and those characters differentiate these two kingdoms from one another. This two kingdom system of classification were Plantae for plants and Animalia for animals. So you should remember that these two kingdoms are the Plantae, which is for plants, and Animalia for animals. The former Plantae or the kingdom Plantae included bacteria, fungi, algae, liverworts, mosses, ferns, conifers, and flowering plants. So here you have to remember that the kingdom Plantae include these different types of groups like bacteria, fungi, algae. These are all the plant groups which are included in the plants: bacteria, fungi, algae, liverworts, mosses, ferns, conifers, and flowering plants. Whereas the kingdom Animalia, which is for animals or which deals with animals, that included protozoans, sponges, fishes, worms, insects, crabs, centipedes, millipedes, spiders, snails, reptiles, birds, and mammals. These all are the groups of these animals. These are all included in the kingdom Animalia. Now, each kingdom was then divided into smaller taxa, such that phyla, classes, orders, families, genera, and species. Each kingdom, that is the kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia, were then divided into smaller taxa, that is the phyla, classes, orders, families, genera, and species. Now, we will see first of all the characteristics or the characteristic features of these two kingdoms. As you know, these kingdoms are the kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. So first of all, we will study the characteristic features of kingdom Plantae. The plants have the following distinguishing features. The planters have the following distinguishing features. Number one, form, size, and symmetry. As the form, size, and symmetry are considered, the form and size in plants is generally variable. It is not same or it is not constant, but it is generally variable. It changes from one plant to another. Plant body is usually asymmetrical. Plant body is usually asymmetrical due to irregular form. That means all plants are not same, but they are asymmetrical due to their irregular form or irregular shape. However, in higher plants, structures like leaves and flowers have a definite form and shape. In higher plants, you have to remember that the structures like leaves and flowers have a definite form and shape. Number second character of these plants is the movement and locomotion. As the movement and locomotion are considered, plants move their parts slowly. You see that when the wind blows, plants move their parts slowly towards stimuli. The lack They lack locomotion as they are rooted. Planters doesn't show locomotion. That means they do not move from one place to another because they are rooted in the soil. Now, the third character of the planters is the growth. The growth occurs at growing points only. The growth in planters occurs at growing points only. It is unlimited. The growth of planters is unlimited. It has not the limit and it continues as the plant live. उसका मतलब ये है कि जब तक प्लांट जिंदा है तब तक ये ग्रो करता है and so it is growth is unlimited. Number fourth character of the plants is the metabolism. In metabolism, we will study the nutrition, we will study the respiration and excretion. As far the nutrition is considered, you should remember that plants are autotrophs. Plants show autotrophic nutrition. That means they manufacture their own food. Some plants are saprotrophs, but mostly they are autotrophs, that is they manufacture their own food in presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water by the process of photosynthesis. Now, respiration. As per the respiration is considered, plants release carbon dioxide, plants inhale carbon dioxide and they release oxygen during the process of this photosynthesis. Now, as the excretion is considered, plants form little nitrogenous wastes and they lack well-developed excretory system. Now, the irritability. The fifth character of the plants is the irritability. They show irritability to the stimuli. Now considered the reproduction and regeneration, plants show two types of reproduction, that is the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. And regeneration, that means plants when damaged, their parts grow again. Now the reserve food. The seventh character of the plant is the reserve food. The plants store food in the form of starch. So you should remember the reserve food material in plants is the starch. Now the eighth character of the Palontus is the cell structure. In cell structure, the Palontus have a rigid cell wall. The Palontus have a rigid cell wall, or the plant body is bounded by a rigid cell wall. They have also a large central vacuole. They lack centrosomes and they also lack the contractile vacuoles. But these Palontus have the large plastids. So these were the characteristic features of Kingdom Palanti. And this was all about today's lecture. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will throw light upon the characteristic features of Kingdom Animalia, which is the second this kingdom of this two kingdom system. So this was all about today's lecture. Thank you very much.